Welcome everyone to a Tuesday Newsday with, I was going to say with me and Sinzar, but really it's just Sinzar carrying this. Hey, Sinzar.
I am ready to carry you once again.
Oof, it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Like Muspel actually reminded us all in the Discord that like Newsdays are actually just, explaining the game to me like I'm an idiot. And it's actually true. It's actually true. Like if I don't do a Newsday episode, I have no fucking clue what's going on in the game that week. Like no joke.
I don't know. I gotta be honest here. I really gotta be honest. I literally enjoy doing these videos with this. It's really fun to discuss the news.
Yeah, well, like either that or you're dumb as bricks. Because if you weren't enjoying it, why the fuck would you be doing it?
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
No, but I enjoy that. I enjoy it heavily. And also, usually we also rant more on like non-news content than news content, which is also fun. Like people just missed it. Like this is the plug for Discord, because like we were just discussing Final Fantasy IV's merits to everyone that joined on the Discord. But listeners, you're not gonna get that because it was not recording. Okay, so the reason why we were discussing Final Fantasy IV is because we're getting a Final Fantasy IV banner, and I also heard rumors it's full of memes. So let's get started, I guess.
Okay.
What are we getting? We're getting Red Wing Cecil, so Dark Cecil. NVA
and Rosa and Golbez.
Oh, and they are both NVAs? No. This is a new Rosa.
Yes, brand new.
Oh, so Cecil and Rosa. So Dark Cecil and Rosa and NVA Golbez. Okay, cool. So Cecil has a turbulent past in FFBE, right? Would you say he has a turbulent past?
I'd say he's had a pretty good past. He's been meta every release. The original 3-star Cecil back in 2016.
Yeah, oh my god.
Was the best tank in the game for the whole 3 to 4-star era, which is a joke these days, but that was a big deal back in the day.
It was a huge deal. I still remember my friend that was still playing the game back then. He had Cecil, and I remember being so fucking jealous. Like I had 5 stars before him, but like that Cecil, god damn it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah, and then his 7-star came out, and then he like totally eclipsed Charlotte, who was the good magic tank.
Yeah, okay, but you skipped Dark Cecil though, because Dark Cecil came out having like a huge potential for big damage, but also killed himself doing it. If you remember that was actually a lot of fun. I remember that people were kind of doing this trick where you had to cast a healing spell in between his two cats, because everyone was dual wielding back then, so he was doing 2 abilities, and doing 2 abilities would kill him. So you had to kind of time a healing spell in between his 2 abilities, which I thought was hilarious.
Because each one costed 60% of your max health, and it would kill you by using it with dual wield.
Yeah, that was hilarious. So and then of course you mentioned like Tank Cecil, holy shit, like he set the new bar for tanks. Like he had everything in his kit. But then also, and this is something we never got in GL, but in JP, I also heard that Dark Cecil kind of got a comeback.
Oh, he did, absolutely, yeah. Dark Cecil and JP with his latents. He got, I forget the specific, but it was like permanent triple cast with the enormous modifiers for something. I forget the details, but yes, the 7-star Dark Cecil with his latents was meta for a brief period of time, kind of like 7-star Noctis was. And JP and Global completely skipped that. Yeah.
As many other unit upgrades, and we've talked about this many times. I guess we shouldn't get into it again. But yeah, so like Cecil has had a couple of iterations, and he has almost always been really good. So now we're kind of getting both Dark Cecil and Paladin Cecil in a single unit, right? So this is not an SLB unit, which is a bit surprising.
Yes, this is kind of funny that we're getting it now, because when the whole Brave Shift mechanic was originally introduced to the game, like immediately every single person was like, Cecil is the perfect Brave shifting unit.
I mean, he technically already had a Brave Shift before Brave Shifts were a thing, because 7-star Cecil has a Brave Shift mechanic in his kit.
Oh, you're right. He does, absolutely. Yeah. He does, exactly.
So this suits him well, right? Like, question is how well executed is it, right? So it seems like he is a physical DPS in his base form, of course, Dark Cecil, and he shifts into a magic tank, Paladin Cecil. So how well does he do this?
All right. So true to form, the dark version is garbage. The damage is absolutely abysmal. It's locked to dark. It has a long setup. You got to do a bunch of modifier temporary boost. And even after you do all that, he's doing like horrible damage. Horrible.
Oh, man.
Yeah. That being said, when he brave shifts into the tank form, I would argue he's probably the best tank in the game for magic tanking.
Oh, wow.
But he has less utility than Chow. So I'd still pick Chow over him, even though Cecil is a better tank.
All right, but when you say like best magic tank in the game, then I'm assuming you're talking about bulk, since you just said Chow has more utility.
In terms of bulk and gearing, so Cecil in both forms is kind of hilarious. He literally, while completely naked, has 400% passive stats to everything. He is capped by default on everything. The only thing gear does for him is resistance and flat stats, obviously. Yes. So he is the easiest to gear magic tank in history because you literally dedicate every single slot of his to resistance and you're still capped on everything. He's awesome for that.
Right, so I'm going to have to apologize because I didn't hear anything you said, because you said naked Cecil and like my mind was gone. I'm so sorry, but he's a good tank. I'm taking that with me. Like, he's a good tank, easy to gear. That's what I'm bringing with me.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So big jump in magic tank bulk, and I guess also ease of gearing. You're going to be hitting those 500, 600 resists that we sometimes need on this guy with ease, right?
Yes. Now, here comes the downside is other than tanking and some like resistance buffs, he's not really doing anything else. And that's the big problem. He's just like Runda in a way.
Right.
Runda is amazing for tanking and bulk and mitigation, but he doesn't really do anything beyond that. Cecil's the same thing. If you just need a wall to intercept damage, Cecil is your guy. But usually, or pretty much always, someone like Chow or even the Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 12 Ash is a better pick because they may have less bulk than Cecil and less mitigations, but you don't need this level. Nothing hits hard enough.
I cannot even imagine a higher level of mitigation than Ash, because Ash literally laughs at magic damage. But like, if this guy is bigger, then oh my lord.
Yeah, but you see, Ash has things like killers and imbues and amplifies and all that.
Ash is a fantastically designed unit when it comes to having a boring archetype like a tank that's just supposed to take damage, actually do some other interesting stuff as well. And the same with Chow. The same actually with old General Celeste, I want to say as well, which is also a similar tank design. A shame that we're not seeing this here, because especially since Cecil's 7-star was such an overloaded kit.
Now, that being said, he does have a couple of tricks he can do. For example, the base form will preemptively put up an LB damage field for your party. And it's a 100% LB damage field. So that's actually really good for like speed clears and all
kills.
that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's really nice. So that's actually really, really nice. And
so he's a good unit. He's a really good unit. I wouldn't recommend chasing him as good as he is unless you just don't have a tank, then sure. But
I guess the problem is, what are you chasing him for, right? So I guess for Cow, you're almost always going to bring Chow because he's fucking broken and he should be removed from the game when it comes to Cow, because he fills morale on his own. And then for like so Trials, I guess. But for Trials, again, it kind of falls to what you said before. As long as your tank survives, you're going to prefer having some utility on the tank. And it's very rarely, I guess, we end up in a situation where your tank just doesn't live. At least not yet. Maybe we're going to be surprised with new Trials. Who knows? But
exactly.
All right. But still good unit. Looks very good, too. I want to say they did Cecil justice in both sprites. I think he looks really cool. I think his sword looks a bit weird in his shift form. I don't know, like it looks almost like an axe. I don't know what the fuck he's holding. No, but right? Like, it's not just me, because it looks like it has like an additional, or is that his mount? I don't know. Okay, I don't know what that is.
His shift form, that
Like,
that is mean? It's definitely not his cape. Oh, okay. So if you look in the bottom left, you said like a little blue swirl, like the anime. I cut the wind type thing. I think that's like the other part of it on the right side.
Okay. It's just some effects. All right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, but really cool sprite. So I'm happy. It's really weird that his Trustmaster and STMR are both heavy armors. I'm just gonna say that. That's so weird.
Oh, I know. The STMR is only for magic tanks, so you can't even wear it in the base form. Not that you'd want to. And then the dark one is for his dark form. It's required for him, but it's pretty worthless on everyone else because it's just a bad armor. Okay. But for him specifically, for the passives, he has to wear it.
Yeah, of course. We see that a lot nowadays. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, I will mention, as usual, because Global skips upgrades, one of the best in slot items for Dark Cecil's base form is the 7-star Dark Cecil's STMR in JP, because with his upgrade, that STMR got darkness modifiers added to it, and ours does not have that. So our Dark Cecil will be weaker than JP's Dark Cecil because we don't have the STMR upgrade for the old 7-star, meaning we can't get max modifier for our Red Wing Cecil.
Oh, what a shame. But I guess this falls into the bucket of fuck old units, right?
Pretty much. But this is actually going to hamper our new unit because of that.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's actually interesting. I mean, you could almost argue this kind of happened even with Garnet, where she was hampered by the fact that Zidane didn't get upgrades. It's a different scenario, but it's still kind of, we are getting screwed that old units are not getting upgrades even on new units.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Okay, well, I mean, it sounds like still he's going to be amazing as a magic tank, so there's that, and all Final Fantasy IV fans should definitely rejoice. Should they keep being happy, though? Because now we're going into Final Fantasy IV White Mage of Benediction Rosa. That seems to be a JP standard unit. She's an SLB unit that's a healer and a buffer.
She's not really a healer.
Okay, so why the fuck is this icon even here? Like, what's the point here? What is she? Is she like another killer buffer, or what is this?
Yes, she's the copy-paste of the Ilmatil series. So Ilmatil, Ihana, now Rosa, all the same unit.
All right. And so let me check out, what are her killers? Her killers are, I guess, dragons are one of them, but I don't see the other ones.
Dragon, Undead, and then at EX3, Beast as well.
Oh, so she only has 2 at EX1 and 2. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's a bit different formula, because both Il and Ihana have all 3 available directly, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I know, because I've used Ilmatal to do a quick clear of Rafflesia, so I have used her, and I only have an EX0, and she works perfectly.
Okay. There you go then.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame. But having said that, as a huge Regina fanboy, people know this by now. These are now the units I want. These are the units I now need, because these are the ones that matter to me. So I guess I'll be doing dailies on this banner, hoping to get Rosa.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's true. If you're going for the max possible undead or dragon killer, then Rosa's where it's at.
Yeah. I mean, I'm starting to realize that if I want to get the maximum use of my Regina for as long as humanly possible, I'm gonna need to start stacking these single target powerhouse units. So yeah, I need to start doing this, because otherwise I'm stuck with like Roberta. Actually, technically, wait, doesn't Celeste have 160?
Celeste has 160. Wilk has AoE 200.
Oh, Wilk has 200. Oh, that's nice. Oh, there we go. Okay, but still, I was like, Regina units. I like Regina units, but otherwise, not much to say, right? She is the killer buffer that we are.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like all she does.
Yeah, that's a shame. I mean, I already felt it with Ilmatal, that like she basically can do 2 things. She can killer buff, and she can restore your MP. That's about it. Like, that is it. Not about it. That is it. Like, that's what she can do. So it's a very one-dimensional design, honestly.
I guess technically speaking, Rosa does have Curaga in her kit, but you could get that from an Esper. So
yeah, I mean, like
literally
Ilmatal too, but I don't count that. Like that doesn't count. We have gear that can give you Curaga. So yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's move on to the meme unit. I have heard rumors about NVA Golbez that becomes a SLB unit. So what are these memes, Sinzar?
He does become SLB, but you don't actually use the SLB. That's pretty bad. Well, he has two roles with his Chronicle, which I guess you're going to talk about in a moment. His Chronicle gear, just like Tulian, Tulian's Bracer gives him a new Imperil and break. Well, Golbez's Chronicle gives him a Dark Imperil and an 88 break, a 150 Dark Imperil, which is because we skipped Hawkeye. That's going to now be our highest Dark Imperil on global.
God damn it! Why are we skipping unit upgrades? I just get mad. Jesus. Okay, but this is going to be a big Dark Imperil then.
The biggest on global. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
But wait, also,
what is his gear? Because on the Chronicle page, I only see Deathbringer and Paladin Cecil's sword. I don't see anything else.
We're actually getting two Chronicles this week. The other Chronicle is in the Mog King News scroll at the very bottom.
All right. And yes, Golbez's armor. Okay. And it's getting upgraded. All right.
Yes. And the other thing is he can deal pretty good damage with Meteor if you've got a high MP pool, which on global can, with either, what's the guy's name? Oliveira's card or the Dazzle card, can give him a pretty big MP pool and he can deal pretty good damage for an NVA, like really good.
But like, again, pretty good, pretty good as in I'm going to be replacing my actual NV units in Magic Trials, or like pretty good as in...
He should most definitely be worth bringing to like Mage Dark Vision stages, until the nerf, because Meteor is a physical typed attack because it is imbuable, meaning he can't be used on the upcoming physical immune Magic fights and Dark Visions. But until then, or on the final boss, yes, his damage is really good. I will probably calculate him on Thursday to see exactly where he lands.
Oh, wow. So, like, he might even, do more damage. Like, we're talking Dark here, so he might actually beat Oliveira then.
It's non-elemental. You imbue them with whatever element you want.
Oh, that's even better. Okay, interesting.
Pretty good.
Well, good thing I have both Oliveira and Dazzle, so I guess, like, this sounds like a nice combo. But does he get anything else? Like, I guess not. He does get this SLB... that's damage, I guess.
Mean, the SLB does a 250x. That's garbage.
Yeah, nowadays that is garbage. Okay, but it's there for the meteor, I guess. So that's interesting. And you know what? Since you mentioned the Dazzle card, I think we should talk about the new global original Step Up Summon and Exchange.
Okay.
Which is kind of a God's gift to anyone that didn't go for some of these key cards that we have gotten as global original cards. It seems we're getting a big step up. Seems to be costing 22,000 lapis. And once you're done, you get a card, or you get a ticket for one of the cards. And you can only do this once per player, so you can't stock up on all of them. And it's a ton of free NVs as well in this pool, like 5 in total, free NVs, guaranteed NVs, I should say.
Yep.
So, Sinzar, are you going for one of the cards? Like, do you want 2 of something?
This is a really hard decision, because at face value, this step up is absolutely amazing value. Most of us have these cards because we chased them for 28,000. So we considered most of these cards worth 28,000 lapis, myself included. Like, I paid 28K for the Dazzle card and the Alina card, etc. The Leave It to Me card. Like, I pulled on the Tulian banner, could care less about Tulian. I paid 28K for the Leave It to Me card. The end. Now the cards are worth 22K. A huge discount, and the banners are way better because you're getting 5 guaranteed Neos
and a ton of other stuff. Like there are some crystals, there are some crowns, there are some STMR Moogles. So it's a really high value banner. But Sinzar, listen. We both, like, we talked about this just before the episode started. We both know what this fucking means. A high value banner like this means,
yes, it means something better is probably right around the corner.
Yes. So, like, to everyone listening, be really fucking careful with your lapis here, because this is the banner before the next super broken GLEX card. I'm just saying, or something else that's gonna require your lapis.
So for me personally, as good as this is, I probably won't be pulling because I don't have infinite resources. That being said, if I didn't own the Dazzle or the Leave It to Me card, I would almost certainly go for this. I feel like the Leave It to Me card and the Dazzle card are absolutely worth 22K for your first copy. If you have both of them, the other 4 cards, like, they're okay, but I wouldn't say they're must-haves.
Yeah.
It's not that big a deal. But if you happen to have skipped the Dazzle or the Leave It to Me card, I feel like these are still worth. The Leave It to Me card, not for the card itself, that is almost exclusively these days because of the preemptive Great Sword in Peril. And that is just so useful in so many scenarios.
Yeah. But I just realized Brilliant Smile is not on the list of cards.
What is that? What is that?
That's Freyavia's card, right?
Cool smile.
Cool smile. It's not in the list of cards.
That is true. I'm just realizing that. And that one I would also say is worth 22K because that is sickly overpowered for certain units like Chizuru.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not available, unfortunately. Maybe the next version of this in a few months will have that one as well.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, I am happy to having pulled for that card. But I can see that. Well, I think you're a bit unfair. You're saying like grossly overpowered. Like, yes, it's strong, but it's really not that big of a deal. Like I've seen calcs, like damage doesn't rise that much using that card.
For Chizuru, it's like a 30% damage gain for Chizuru. It's really I'm not sure the exact number.
Okay, that was a bit.
I'm not sure the exact.
Okay, so it was like 10.
It's taken her LB from 350. If you use Tyvus as well, that would be 410 to 510. So a 20% gain.
Oh, okay.
It's going from 410 to 510.
That is still very significant then. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay, cool. So that's definitely worth mentioning. And then we already touched on this, but we're getting an MK this week. That is the Final Fantasy IV MK with the accompanying Chronicle Battle. So that's a ton of lapis already in itself. The Chronicle Battle is 1,000 lapis. There is some lapis in the MK rewards. We're also getting a 3K Chronicle Battle, the battle with Rubicante, right?
Yes, that one is for upgrading the STMRs of the old 5-star Paladin Cecil and then the TMR of the Dark Cecil. Those become really good.
Yeah.
The two-handed great sword with Dark Element and then a really good tank for Magic Tank Sword.
Right. So you want to use these, obviously, if you have pulled the new Cecil, but otherwise you're just doing it for the 3K Lapis. And we're also getting an upgrade to Heroic Quest. So this seems to be Tyvus's weapon upgrade.
Yep.
So we keep buffing Tyvus. Like, I like this. Daddy characters are my thing. But like, how good does Tyvus become now?
He becomes way better than he is currently. That being said, does he become like meta tier, like, Chizuru, Balthier, etc.? No, he does not, unfortunately. But
weird that you excluded Regina from that list, but it's okay.
Well, no, Regina, like I'm saying, our like top 10 meta, he is not going to join those ranks.
Yeah.
But he is still a lot better than he was. And I have been using Tyvus quite often in like budget runs because with the Tyvus Runda Leftia combo, it's kind of like a 3-man, Balthier Fran combo or like a Regina combo where, you consolidate all the damage into one slot. It's good for budget builds. And this makes it just way better.
Yeah.
It just makes it way better.
Yeah, I just wish I had a lefty, actually, because I really enjoy using Tyvus. My Tyvus has been EX3 for a long time. So I'm happy that he's getting more power, though. I'm very happy that he's getting more power.
Definitely.
Cool. And that is from the heroic quest, so that's as usual, right? Like we're gonna be running because we're getting a new story run. So I heard on the Discord that like with all the lapis we're getting for this week, like it's around 10k lapis that we're getting. That's pretty sick.
That's really good. Plus, we're going to be getting the Vision World rewards in like a week or two as well. Another 10k.
Yeah, that should be next week, right? Because no, it's 2 weeks after it ends, and it ends. Wait, when did it end? This week?
Oh, you're right. It's still open, so I guess 2 weeks from Thursday.
Yeah, which is very unfortunate because I would have loved that to pull more on Regina because I really need her EX3. And that is very suiting to what we're going to talk about next, why I'm sad about not having EX3 Regina, because we've now found out a bit more about the select unit fragments. So, you know, the thing we voted for, right? It was like 300 fragments, or a total up to 300 fragments.
Yes.
And now we figure, it seems like we're getting a ticket. No, not one ticket. Okay, so 1 ticket to begin with, and then 2 tickets a day over 24 days. Technically 20, actually 30 days, but there's a ton of other rewards as well.
Yeah, for a grand total of 30 tickets.
Right. And every ticket then is 10 shards, has to be?
Yes.
I'm trying to look for it here. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's in the bottom.
Right. So the thing that makes me sad is this date. So there it says clearly that units added up to and including August 18th, 2022 will be included. And they give like 3 examples. So Beach Blaster Olive, Dark Fina Warrior's Prayer, and Fleet-Footed Sky Pirate Balthier. So yeah, decent units. But you know, a piece of me hopes Regina would be in this pool.
Oh yeah, I actually was hoping to use my tickets on Titus, but I was told that Titus is after the cutoff date, so that will not be included.
No, he is. Fuck, I would have used it on Titus. But COG is way before this, right? So I'll be able to at least get it for COG, yeah.
And people that don't have EX3 Sylvie, she's included, which would be amazing.
Why? Why is EX3 Sylvie a thing?
For EX levels in Clash of Wills.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was just thinking, did I miss something really cool that happens on EX3? Okay, no.
Oh, like a EX3 passive? No, just for more EX levels.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point, actually. I mean, I don't know how... I don't know how I'm going to distribute all my points because I have like Fryevia and COG that need at least 50 each, I think, or something like that. I think that's where they are at to EX3. So I don't know, but because my Sylvie is a 0 out of 200. So let's see how that turns out.
This is kind of just generic advice, period. But especially for this, going into the holiday season, the exchange is open until November 30th. I would recommend you wait to at least like November 20th before pulling the trigger on trading these in.
Why?
Unless you need them like immediately for like a Clash of Wills, then obviously do what you got to do. But if you can hold off, always try to wait till the end of these exchanges to trade in your tickets, because you may off banner something, the unit may no longer be meta in a month, stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sure. That's a good point. But I'm really going for the safe picks. Like, COG card, I feel that's, it's just a good card. Sure, we have stronger ones. Fryevia is obviously a passion unit, so I definitely want her at EX3. Also, that's interesting because EX3 Fryevia might be interesting due to, well, actually not maybe EX3, but due to a trial that's actually coming out this week as well. So we're getting a ton of content this week. It's a very thick week. So we're getting 12 types takedown Cerberus. So my first question about this fucking trial is this another one of those 500 million resistance trials?
It is. Yes. They going forward, they all are. They all have the same thing.
God damn it. Okay, so what are the elements this time around?
Well, Global did nerf Rafflesia, but Rafflesia was like an outlier. Rafflesia was 230, and no other ones in the future, JP, were 230s. They kind of probably assumed that 230 was off the mark. So in JP, it was 210 fire and ice and 220 dark. So those are your 3 options.
Oh, so fire and ice, and we don't really have strong... Well, actually, fire has Van, right?
Cerberus, or Tsukiko.
Yeah, I mean, but like, don't we also have... Isn't Van an emperor, but for fire?
Yes, yeah. So the best would be Vaughn plus Tsukiko.
Right.
Tsukiko's field, or Lena. Lena, technically speaking, but
yeah, Tsuki is like 40. Lena is 25. I want to say.
Tsukiko is 30 for her off elements. She's 40 for Earth, 30 for Fire.
Oh, okay, okay. But and Lena is 25, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you could be using Lena alongside with Vaughn if you have Vaughn, or Tsuki, of course. I guess if you don't have Vaughn, so I was kind of hoping using Freyavia here because she's probably my best elemental support for ice, and obviously, ice is the favored element of my dear Regina. But like, how good is that gonna be? Because like Rafflesia gave me some fucking scars. Because you really needed those big fields in order to actually do damage.
I could look it up real quick. Really want me to? I think by memory, Cerberus is bulkier than Rafflesia.
Oh god!
So if you're asking, can you turn one OTK it? I don't know. That being said, you can use ice, which does more damage than her non-elemental attack.
But like my best, I think my very best run of Regina against Rafflesia, off element, sure, was like 50% HP on the turn 5 burst. So, you know, if this is tankier, there is no fucking way in hell.
Okay, so comparing the stats, Cerberus has an extra base 80,000 spirit, but he has half the max HP. So I think that means he's squishier.
Okay, interesting. Well, because he has no passives, right? So big spirit breaks are still going to be really, really useful then.
Yes, yeah. So if you've got was it Louise or Olive, etc., then that'll be not that big of a jump. Yeah. So actually, Cerberus is definitely squishier.
Okay, interesting. That's good. That's good. I'm gonna try. Obviously, I am definitely going to try to kill him with Regina only. But if that doesn't work, I'll obviously fall back to what everyone else is gonna be doing. So I've heard some stuff here. Like, Sinzar, you were posting screenshots of Esther. Want to tell us why you were posting screenshots of Esther?
Okay, so Cerberus, Rafflesia is kind of a headache of a trial because they got a lot going on. The mana drains, the crazy water damage. You need like immunities, all that. Cerberus is very basic. Like, it's an easy fight. He's not dangerous. He has very minimal mechanics. The only thing that is dangerous on Cerberus is he does an 800% Thunder Imperil, and then like a self tag chaining really high modifier Thunder physical AoE on your party, which can really hurt a tank. Runda does tank it, fine with good gear.
Okay.
But it still hurts, like pretty bad.
Okay.
Now, a physical damage Thunder element trial, Esther absorbs. So she can like tank this almost naked.
Okay, of course. The meme of having so could you use 7-star Esther?
Quite honestly, it's very likely, and Sartre probably will. But if you want to, sure. But there is some non-elemental attacks in there, so you can't. I mean, the naked thing was kind of a joke, but there are some but most of the damage is lightning element, and that will be absorbed. But can 7-star Esther tank the 1 or 2 non-elemental AoEs? Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Good question. I don't know.
But I guess like this is also another chance for Jekt people to use him, right? Because Jekt is still a very competent physical tank.
Absolutely, yeah.
And yeah, I guess I was gonna say maybe Fledgling Warrior of Light, but like, yeah, I don't know. I really like that unit, but I feel like I've not been able to use that unit a single time, which makes me really sad. And
I mean, if you really wanted to use him, he's probably fine, but Runda is just like the simple.
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard to beat Runda. Although, again, like Fledgling does have some things going for him. Like once he hits EX2, he has full uptime on his LB as well, and that makes things a bit better.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
good.
What are we gonna bring as DPS to this fight then? It's Beast Killer, right? So Olive is probably good.
I would say if you're going for the speediest of speed clears, just spitballing, not counting something like Riku killing it on turn 2, which she absolutely can.
Oh my god, that's gonna be hilarious actually. So this boss does a lot of hits, hopefully.
Oh, like if okay, so on Death Machine, the highest meme clear I saw was, I think, like 240 counterattack.
Right.
Cerberus uses more physicals than that AoE.
Oh, that is fucking beautiful. Okay, so my first clear is definitely going to be Riku. Like, just bringing one Riku, one Rivera, and that's fucking it.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be seeing like a 400 plus counter chain on this trial from Riku's.
Wow.
But, you know, putting that aside, the broken ass Riku, probably the best clear is going to be something like Tsukiko, Vaughn, and some physical hitters like Chizuru.
Right. Okay, so why physical and why not magical?
I mean, that's fine. That's fine. You can definitely use Olive, absolutely destroy it. Or your Regina clear will totally destroy this. I'm not sure if you can OTK in one turn, but you know she can definitely.
Does this
have
also a healing mechanic? Because like if it doesn't, then I'll just do it over 2 turns.
No heals. No heals at all.
Good. Yeah, I just learned also that Regina's actual pentacast damage is okay because it's actually higher than Olive's, and we said Olive's was okay, so Regina's has to be definitely decent. So I'm gonna try. Even if I don't kill it by turn 5, I will definitely do a Regina clear of it.
Mm-hmm.
The good thing about Regina clears, I also realized, is that you can just overload your fucking party with support units. Because you don't have to care about anything else. You just bring whatever support you need. Like 5 healers. Okay, maybe not 5 healers. You do need killers and shit, but yeah.
Yeah, but on the whole, very, very easy trial. Nothing to really, no irritating gimmicks. Like Gloomwing had the Berserk, Belphegor had the Imbue, Rafflesia had the insane mana drains. This guy is like thunder damage on your physical tank, and that's kind of it.
I mean, technically, then, if you have like Esther, you can just bring any 120 Impaler and just chip it down.
You could. I mean, there is a little bit of AoE on the part, like some damage every time. Like there's some minor stuff. It's just easy to deal with.
Yeah. All right, cool. Sounds like a very nice and busy week with some interesting units, or at least Cecil. And I'm definitely going for that Rosa. And a lot of content. So, hey, I'm taking my 10k Lapis and putting them directly into the Regina banner, hoping to get more Reginas. What are you going to do with your Lapis, Sinzar?
Honestly, probably save it till Halloween.
Yeah, that's smart. That is smart. Halloween usually also puts out some absolutely fucking broken units historically.
And speaking of that, as a little bit of a lead into, there's also news for the live stream, which 99.9% chance that is the Halloween news.
Right, going to be very interesting to see what it is. What if it is like Halloween Slutty A2 and 2B?
The Nier for Halloween? That would be interesting. So can we get like the Nier units dressed in like Halloween outfits?
Exactly. That's exactly what I meant. That would be very interesting.
Okay. It'd be cool. I mean, it's probably not going to happen, but it would be fun.
It would be fun. Yeah, I don't think like Square Enix would agree to butchering their favorite, like their IP in that way. All right. Gonna be interesting to see. And I guess that's it for this week, right?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all of it.
Yeah. Okay, well, Sinzar, big thanks for carrying again and telling me what is happening in the game, because I actually don't know. This was a good week.
Always a pleasure.
Thanks. And thanks for everyone that joined on Discord, and thanks for chilling.
See you later.